cowboy went riding out one dark and windy day.
Freaking dove everywhere. Figures. Hey folks, Manny CA. One of the few non-prostituted gun enthusiasts on the internet. That's right. We're not supported by anyone. We're not beholden to anyone. Politically, financially, or in that case, even ideologically. Nope. Everything that you see here is supported 100% and provided 100% by yours truly. That's how stupid I am. I won't take anything from anybody without letting you guys know where it came from. Unlike some YouTubers, I won't say any names, but I'm sure you guys could find them. $6,000 per video per review? Are you kidding me? And they wonder why their reviews are all goody-goody. Oh, you gotta buy our new Techno 5000, 500 rounds per second because I said it's good. That's just plain stupid. We started this channel because we want to get the information of the shooting sports out to you guys, not to hawk garbage or somebody else's products that may or may not be good. We bring the facts, we show you the data, and then you decide what you want to do. Really gets to me when you see these, especially in the gun boards. Man, you want to talk about a bunch of old ladies, just go look at some of these gun boards talking about some of these guys. Hey, I'm all for capitalism. I'm number one. Capitalism, make money, heck yeah. But don't screw your friends over in the process, or your friends. Do it legitimately. Do it with full disclosure. Hey, speaking of full disclosure, we're gonna be shooting some shotgun this time. And of course, unless you guys haven't really checked out the thumbnail picture, we're gonna do the 410. Awesome. You guys have seen we've been shooting a lot of shotgun. I mean a lot of shotgun. I like shotgun personally, but I'm getting bored. So we moved on to 410. Speaking of endorsements, I'm gonna endorse my buddy Dave up in Washington, AKA Thorzax. Dude makes some excellent shot in his backyard, and he was kind enough to send us some. Check out his channel, links in the bottom. That's the kind of endorsement I'm talking about. Other small YouTubers who have skin in the game. I'm talking real Second Amendment skin. He does some great loadings when you're talking about slugs and using Russian slugs. That's cool stuff. Stuff that you can use. Not talking about silk panties and and cappuccino machines and hawking a box of the month. What is that? Man, you want to talk about prostituting yourself. Again, we are not enemies of free market here. Even though some people say I'm Castro-esque. And it's true, I do love a good cigar now and then. But no, even though I look like Castro, we're free market capitalism all the way, baby. Second Amendment included. So, without further ado, let's get on with the video. This time, we're doing BAM! Ooh, it would help if I held it up right. BAM! You guys got 2 BAMs for that one. Hold that in the sun so you can see it. AA 410s, ½ an ounce. 2.5 inch shells, and I call them shells because they're loaded. Hulls when they're empty, shells when they're loaded. Going 1,300 feet per second more velocity. What? Yeah, that's some really, really fast stuff. Only thing is you only have ½ an ounce of shot. So I tend to look at the 410 as either the bore that is for, I don't know, I'm gonna say experienced shooters or people who want to challenge, or people that are just beginning, like little kids. You give them a 410 single shot shotgun and it's less recoil and they get used to the shooting. That's how I taught my kids. My kids, we used to go out in the field and pick the melons, because out here in the formerly once great urine state of California, out in the farms, they'd get these wild melons that would grow, and we'd roll them along the ground and the kids would pop them. That's how they learned with the 410. And then they just gradually went up to the 12 gauge. No 20 gauge intermediately, just right on the 12 gauge. I know, I'm a sadist. Ooh, and I call the 410 a bore and not a gauge because back in the old English days, the way that the Brits used to measure shotgun gauge was they would take a pound of lead and see how many equally sized balls would fit in the bore. Okay, so with a 12 gauge, you could get 12 balls of equal size out of 1 pound of lead that would fit in this bore. Same thing with the 16 gauge and the 20 gauge, so on and so forth. The 410, if it was a gauge, I think it would be somewhere like a 36 gauge or something like that. I don't know, don't quote me on that. I know I'm gonna have some internet armchair commandos out there Googling it and get their Google food. There's one thing that, you know, to know the knowledge off the top of your head and know a basic knowledge where you can go and do research. And another thing, just to know jack squat and be a Google food expert. What do you want? Now remember, as in all shotgun hulls, you're gonna have the Remingtons and the Americans, usually the Remingtons and the Winchesters, they're gonna make what's known as a tapered hull. There, let's see if we get that focus. This is a Remington hull that we dissected. You didn't think I was gonna do one of my AAs, right? No, but these are the same construction. You can see right here the reduced volume in the case head. So what that means is you need to get a wad which fills in there. It's tapered, taper wad, tapered hull. What this does is it fits perfectly. Now, these are clones meant to be used with Winchester, but it really doesn't matter anyway, even if we were using straight wad hulls. And in this case, straight wad hulls, you'd have to order them from a specialty place like one of the online shotgun guys. I'm not gonna give you any names. You guys could Google it up and take a look, because you're gonna want a straight wad to fit the straight wall hull if you're using a European one, like an Estate or a Fiocchi or one of those. Something to keep in mind when you're loading for these guys. But again, this time, we're not evaluating downrange performance. We're evaluating Grasshopper's hull life, hull longevity, how many times you can load that hull. Also today, our primer of choice is gonna be Winchester. And we're still working on that 5000 that we found in the back of the closet I was telling you guys about if you've watched our videos. And if you haven't been watching our videos, why not? There's a lot of information that we can't really cover in every video because the videos will be an hour long, and statistics tell me people don't want to watch an hour-long video. I'm glad to get 15 to 20 minutes out of them, and that's a lot of condensing. You guys got to see some of the stuff we leave on a cutting room floor. It's great. So we're going to use Winchester primers, shotgun 209s. Again, American hull with an American primer. And if you're shooting an Estate or a Fiocchi or one of those Eurotrash hulls, and I don't know why they call them Eurotrash, you're gonna need a bigger primer. More along the lines of like a Noble Sport, okay, or a Fiocchi primer. So, how many times can you load up Winchester AA 410 edition? I don't know. We're gonna find out. And I'll tell you one thing, you guys are lucky, I mean really lucky, that I like you as much as I do. I had to convert one of the presses, because I only got 2 of these mech presses. I had to convert one of them from the 20 gauge over to the 410 gauge. And I tell you, I was gonna do a whole video showing how you convert it, because you just order the conversion kit online. It's like, I don't know, 80 bucks, 75 bucks, 80 bucks, and then you just pull everything off and you pull everything on, huh? Sounds easy, doesn't it? It's not. Trust me. I was gonna do a video and include the video, but it would have included a lot of adult language that would have made the channel very unfamily friendly. And we're trying to push the sport to everybody. So there's just a little bit of a clip I'll roll in here. You can take a look, see what it entails, but it's not as difficult as it looks. I'm just very impatient sometimes. Take 2 hulls, two hulls, and we load them until they can't be shot no mo. Improper grammar, intentional there. And of course, like all Winchester AA offerings, these are pure brass hulls. Easy to tell. Take a magnet, but don't put the magnet here because this is where your primers are. Oh, let's get a case head stamp picture with the sun. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Who else gives you this form and this kind of footage for you guys to view? Look at that, of the ammo you're shooting. As an aside, I hate watching hunting shows where the guys are sitting there using these guns and they're shooting and they don't show you what kind of ammo they're using or what the rig is, the setup. What the heck is up with that? These may split, like the 20 gauge. You guys remember that one? The 20 gauge, after I think it was like 9 or 10 loads, they split on the sides. What was that all about? But then again, the 12 gauge version of these puppies, they went on forever. Hopefully you take this information so you go to your big box stores and you're standing there and you're looking at all the cases. You're like, what do I need to get today to load? What's on sale? What's good? What did Manny recommend? And you don't have to ask the 18-year-old pimply-faced Bob over there who's standing there picking his nose on his phone looking at his video. I like watching fat girls fall off of tables. And you ask him, hey Bob, what hull should I get for, loading up for Trappist Skid? He looks at it and he goes, oh, what's a hull? You don't want to rely on those guys. You want to know the data yourself. You want to be the guy standing there, and then somebody next to you is asking that question. You look at him and go, depends on what your application is, sir. If you're going to use those to hunt, I would definitely go with these hulls right here. And you guys can do it because you have the data all on our channel. Look back and watch the videos. Look at our playlist. Hey, how many times can I load that hull? This is the 410 edition. And since we don't have unlimited resources, we've got our over and under shotgun with our inserts. Oh, look at that. Is that cool or what? The inserts go right into the shotgun. And oh, look, you can shoot. These are 2.5, but you also can shoot 3-inch out of these puppies. And they're great. They're a little beat up because my dummy butt of mine has dropped these on one of the other shotguns, had the automatic ejectors, and he shot them out on the concrete floor. Don't be like me. I could blame Chuck, but hey, we're all about full disclosure here. Check it out. That's so cool. See what I mean? And if you use these inserts, you're gonna have to get something to kind of pop them out. Most guys, they'll get 2 sets of these, and then they'll shoot one and have another backup loaded, especially if they're shooting competition clays or something. But I like to use the one you just shot, and magic. This time we're keeping it simple. We're using 15 grains of Winchester 296, a great ball powder. See that? Unlike our universals that we use for our 12 and 20 gauge, I found that W296 is the great equalizer, the great universal load. You can use anything in this, up to 3-inch. This is an older black model. See, and I wrote it on there, 15 grains of 296. Pre-measured at home, so you don't have to worry about doing any of this stuff here. This is our 2.2 yellow scoop for our shot charge, which is gonna be 1/2 ounce. Something else you wanna keep in mind if you're loading a couple of different shells on a machine. 410 seems to be a little picky. The loads, the hulls, sorry, are a little bit pickier. You can see right here, these loaded up pretty decent. But then this was one of the green ones, the Remingtons that I loaded up, and it didn't crimp all that well. So you're gonna have to adjust between different hulls. Something to keep in mind. Shot number 2, load number 1. Shot number 3, load number 2. They're holding up okay. Shot number 4, load number 3. They're still looking pretty darn skippy. Load 5, shot 4. The mouths are starting to get a little dirty. See that? Yeah. But otherwise, they're holding up okay. Shot 6, load 5. Shot 7, load 6. One more thing you gotta think about is these guys are small. .41, 41 caliber small, which means you've got to take a little more care when you're loading to not jinky up. That's my inner Scooby-Doo. The case mouths, right? As you're loading, because I was loading over there, I'm going a little too fast. Like when we were doing the 12 gauge, you see me speed loading? Yeah. Loading these up like that, and I was smashing the case mouth. So something to keep in mind. You want to keep something like a dowel or something that you can use to iron out your mouths every once in a while. Let me show you what I mean. After that last shot, our mouths are okay. They're a little dark. The insides are kind of crispy looking. They're getting crispy looking. But what happens is they have a tool like this. I have my old man make me this. You can use this, you chuck it in a drill, and if you're doing a lot of them, and you can go through and kind of uniform your case mouth like that. See, the kind of bells the mouth just a little bit, and you just want the heat from spinning this in a drill will actually open these up and uniform your mouths. Look at that, very nice, very nicely, beautiful, huh? Shot 8, load 7, and they're holding up decent. Shot 9, load 8. And besides a little bit of burnt marks on the tips of our crimps, we're still going strong. Let me show you something. Our pedal had separated, and upon seating my wad on that one, I kind of ate the, you see that pedal got ate? I'm gonna try to dig it out and we'll continue going. I don't see why I wouldn't, you know, why we couldn't keep going. Shot 10, load 9. Oh yeah. Shot 11, load 10. And remember, as long as the mouths hold shot, we're good to go. After shot number 11, let's evaluate our hull. All right, here we go. They're no worse for wear. We got our primers. Where before our primer pockets were extremely tight. Now they are, they're still tight, but you can't really get them in all the way, which is awesome. After 11 shots, they're still holding up. I think that's one of the advantages of using an all brass hull is the head just expands and contracts a lot easier than steel. Remember, a lot of the other ones are steel. They're zinc plated steel or like aluminum. They really don't expand and contract like they should, so you get the loose primer pockets, which we have a remedy for if you go back and look in our playlist. We've got a video that shows you how you can tighten up your primer pockets using tools you have in the garage. It's in the playlist, people. I can't watch it for you. Shot 12, load 11. And we're starting to show just a little bit of signs of fatigue on the crimp mouths, but that's okay, as long as they hold shot. Shot 13, load 12. And I've noticed I'm losing a little bit of integrity on that top case. See that? But what do you want after 12 loadings? Come on. One more thing I'm noticing is when I go to insert the wad using the inserter on the machine, it's coming back, and I release it, it's coming back up like this, which means, what that tells me is that our case bodies are getting looser because they're not They don't have the grip to hold, yeah, to hold the wad down in the base where it should be. Shot 14, load 13. And yeah, we're losing integrity on one of the lips. See that? They're getting mashed up and nasty. Kind of like Nancy Pelosi when she tries to talk. One too many strokes, people. One too many strokes. Shot 15, load 14, and we're losing right there. See that? On the bottom, we're losing a lot of integrity on that case. It's giving up the ghost, people. Let's see if we can do a couple more shots. One more shot. Shot 16, load 15, and the bottom one is toast. They're crispy. Hear that? I think we can get one more. Can we do one more? One more? One more? One more? The guy in the back bleachers said we gotta do one more. All right. Okay, yeah, definitely if you're gonna load these where the case mouths are getting like that, you see that? Where they're really just blackened and crispy, you're gonna want one of these, a uniformer, to kind of just push them open a little bit, bell the mouth a little bit so you don't crimp in and on itself. And you see how just the mouths are raggedy, like Pelosi's mouth. Shot 17, load 16, and that's it. Look at that. They're mashing, they're mishing and mushing, but the hull body itself still intact. Needless to say, you guys have kind of seen a theme in my videos. I hate progressives, I hate Democrats. I think that they're mentally disturbed and need to be taken to an institution. Remember, people, the Constitution is not a living, breathing document. It's set in stone. That's what progressives do. And that's your civics lessons for the day. Okay, after 17 shots, 16 loadings, this is what we got. The hull held up very, very well. The first thing to give out was, of course, the crimps. Look at them. They're just about all separated out. See that? Yeah. And they're crispy, toasty. Oh, man. Man, look inside. But you know what? 296 is a great powder. I know Alliant powder manufacturer makes a powder called 410 just for the 410. But rumor has it that that destroys hulls. Oh, that's another video for future testing, people. Stay tuned. Be it that the 410 is not really all that popular, there's not really a lot of shells to choose from. I think we're going to run through a couple of them, but I mean, for the value, look at the value on this. You guys saw it. We just did it. We proved it. And at almost more than double the price of 12 gauge for, you know, a box, definitely. You definitely want to use these to the fullest of your ability. And you can. Look, we showed you. We just did it. How hard is that? It's not hard at all. Now on to the public service announcement. You guys understand we're under attack. Facebook, Google, YouTube, they hate America and Americana content. They want to dumb down the population by you guys watching cat videos and watch people crashing into cars. They don't want you to know how you can be self-sustaining and load your own ammo for hunting. That's why we got to take this back. Watch the video, subscribe to the video, send the links to people you know who would be interested in them. Don't let this censorship stand, people. You gotta make your voices heard. Pretty soon we're not gonna be on YouTube anymore. We're gonna have to go on Gunstreamer, check them out, or the Reloaders Network, check them out. That's where we put our videos as backup. Gotta have a backup plan, people. Remember, 1 is none, 2 is 1, 3 is better. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, send them down. If you want to see more 410 videos, let me know. But again, remember, we're going after stuff that's easily available to the common guy. We're nobodies. We're Common Joe. I would call the channel Common Joe, but my name's not Joe. So if you want something, these we picked up at Wally World, and we've got another one we're going to pick up at Wally World also. We're going to try out. Send us a link. Send us some email. Stay safe. Good shooting. It's a dangerous world out there, people. Stay armed. Until next time.
Yippee-i-oh, yippee-i-yay, yeah, yeah.